support them. And the political representation of the tribes, both locally and regional level and national level, the act in theory is intended to empower the indigenous communities. Okay. Like just recent times now we saw some movies like JB or even time Magisudava. Some movies now so like covered Igla's lifestyle something. But compared to the other tribal group, one of the very skilled and knowledgeable one. But unfortunately, government's policies not support them. But recent times only we are aware. Ramos Whittaker, one European, they promoted the snake catching techniques. Now they are promoted processing something. But the private entities, especially the pyramid, what's called, medical companies, they earn cost of those amounts, the snake from processing, and they convert to medicine something. But these people are not, they really struggle. Still, their lifestyle and livelihoods is not one of the practical situations there. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Mugan, for an interesting paper about one of the oldest ethnic group of this peninsular area. And how and how they are actually part of the environment, not even they are close to the environment. But they are the worst impacted due to the historical changes over a period of time, and their livelihood, particularly he insists the livelihood, which includes health and everything, is getting affected. And the most vulnerable group in this region. So, precarious, dire poverty, and no awareness, no education, health condition. So, he talked about that particular group. It's worth to discuss. Please, 2-3 questions.
Government like last year celebrated the millet year. So government tried to find out the tribals who are now doing this kodu culture. If they will do kodu cultivation, if they identify the tribals who are doing in particular region, state and all, this I think kodu culture can be continued because it is a very good food for health benefits.
Agriculture will like some like the soda, the gorillas they have land. Compared to these types, they don't have any.
The problem of this Podu in this region, we call it the simple cultivation is Podu. Here there are different norms, different terminology. But under the Indian Forest Act, 1927 itself it started. Then after independence in India, 1952 also, it is banned except non-different states. So we can't do that anymore.
Land is one of the main issues.
It is completely banned. And in Tamil Nadu, the ruler is talking about, they are basically foragers, hunters and gatherers. They do little into agriculture, but their livelihood is mostly depending upon multiple activities related to the forest resources. Any other questions?
Mr. Gugan, we are speaking about the Irlas. Okay, Irla community is one among the deprived community, and the regulations or the acts that has been passed by the government, has it really transformed them from what they were earlier, or they are still sticking to that in any particular region? It's not in the whole, throughout India they are not affected. This community, here we call it Tamlas. It has different name in different places. And Northeast they have different names. So I would like to know whether this particular community is transformed themselves by the new statutes that have been passed by the government, or they are still in the old way.
Their main livelihoods are transformed, sir. And some of the tribes they engage society, Iglo society. They are strongly promote the same practices. But majority of the tribes are not. The particular Iglo tribes still they are facing lot of issues. There is no proper education. There is no proper employment. Still, the people are not liking their stories not very bad.
Do you think that JD has made people to come forward to get benefit from the government?
Sorry, during his presentation he said these colleges are just papers. That's what he said. So he's not able to
So
follow
after
the law.
we got some awareness on particular types, sir.
JBM is an entertainment,
No, it has created awareness.
it created awareness about where they are, whatever they are. Okay. Then, see, if acts are not creating an impact, if rules and regulations are not, is that the 2006 Forest Tribal Act? There is so much for that. And in 1986, Joint Forest Management Act. These are the two acts which are supposed to support to the extent. Otherwise, they are completely alienated from the previous act.
No further act has been passed.
The 2006 Act is the last one for tribal development. And all other, the forest is the basic resource, right? They are depending on that. Any act related to forest environment is affecting them. But these two acts are supporting them. Even those two acts are not properly being executed. And they are not demanding that. They are the most vulnerable. They are not aware of even the acts. And should start with mobilizing them, creating awareness, helping them to provide strength, taking forward to get it executed. It's a long process. So as I said, the most vulnerable section. So they need more and more support to get out of it. I don't know how when the history will address that. Can we go to the next paper? The last one, not last two more papers started. See, since some discussion is going on next, since I'm providing some time for them also to answer. Just two more paper. Please add
இப்போ பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லுங்க.
Dr. S. Meenakshi. That she is not there. We are going to the final paper, which is going to be online.
இந்த லைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணிடு சத்யா. லைட்
Or surface harm. Surface harm. Good evening, Mr. Sarfaz Khan.
மைக்
Could you hear us?
Yes, I am able to hear you. Can you hear me?
Very good, very good. Good evening, and now it is your turn. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
And 12 minutes you can take. Please highlight all the major points, including the methodology and the conclusions. And 3 minutes you have for discussions. So just organize yourself like that. Please go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah. So I'll present my slide.
ஒரு லைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணிடு சத்யா.
So is it visible to everyone?
Please go ahead. You are very much. You are very good.
Okay. So good evening to everyone. It is an honor to be present here virtually at this great event. So first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Sundaram, the conference director and the organizers of this conference very much for giving me this opportunity to present a paper. I feel so grateful for that. So as you can see, the topic I've chosen is kind of relating to my specialization in law, intellectual property and technologies, from algorithms to advocacy, AI's role in transforming human rights efforts. So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a cornerstone of justice and equality, has guided the world since 1948. It stood as a shield for fundamental rights and a guide for progress. And today it is one of the most powerful tools in shaping our world, which is artificial intelligence. With all of the benefits that artificial intelligence could have, but there is also a flip side. Artificial intelligence isn't always good. It can also cause harm. And here's the challenge. There is no global agreement on how to regulate AI yet. So in this presentation, I'll explore how AI is relevant to human rights and the positive impacts of AI on humans, the challenges and ethical concerns, global initiatives, and some recommendations from my side. So let's move on to it. Understanding AI in the context of human rights. So before jumping into AI, I would like to highlight how AI is actually being used by humans and for humans in a helpful way. So artificial intelligence is like teaching machines to think and learn like humans. It helps computers to do things like translate languages, recommend TV shows, or even find the fastest route to your destination. For example, as we all know, ChatGPT today generates responses based on patterns in language. Google Translate helps travelers or language learners to understand what is in a different text or language. And Netflix uses AI to kind of suggest what movies you want to watch or according to your mood or scene or setup, everything. And how AI is helping humans today is a very interesting discussion. So as you can see, there are firefighters and forest fires in the presentation slide. So the Fire Art program uses AI to predict where wildfires will happen, helping firefighters act faster and save lives. And also in the healthcare sector, AI can detect tumors in scans and recommend the best treatments for cancer patients. So there was also an interesting event in Scotland where AI-powered helmets help firefighters see through smoke and find people trapped in burning buildings and so. So it is understood that AI is fast, smart, and capable of processing huge amounts of data, making it a valuable tool in many industries. And there is also the Me Too movement. Okay, so I'll talk about the.
No, it's not. Okay.
So with all the benefits that AI has to offer, it can also have a lot of challenges, I would say. So AI has incredible potential to improve our lives and protect human rights, but it also comes with challenges we cannot ignore. For example, let's take algorithmic bias and discrimination. For example, if an AI system is trained on data that reflects societal inequalities, it might favor certain groups over the others. This could lead to discrimination, making inequalities even more worse instead of solving them. And we have privacy breaches. AI collects and uses a lot of information like personal data to function. While this can be helpful, it can also increase the risk of privacy. For example, I've included the logo of LinkedIn there. LinkedIn faced a backlash when users found that their data was being used without their consent themselves. So it was a serious breach of privacy issue. So without proper safeguards, AI can misuse or leak sensitive information, putting individuals' privacy at risk. And finally, there is deepfakes and misinformation. A very shocking example is the deepfake video of Vladimir Zelensky, the Ukrainian president recently. In the video, he was like falsely shown asking Ukrainians to surrender, but though the video was fake, the public trust and confidence was really spoiled. To ensure that AI is ethically and responsibly present, international organizations have stepped in with various frameworks and initiatives, and you can see that in this slide. So first of all, there is the United Nations Principles for Ethical AI in 2022. So these principles guide the use of AI within the UN system, and they are rooted in ethics and human rights basically. So for example, key principles like do not harm, ensuring fairness and non-discrimination, protecting privacy and so on. So all these principles aim to make AI safe in the first place, inclusive and accountable for its damages. And then there is the AI for Good Summit in 2024. So this is an event focused on using AI to tackle global challenges like climate change and So this is organized by the International Telecommunications Union and supported by the UN as well. And then there is UNESCO's AI ethics recommendations. And this recommendation focuses on core principles like justice, transparency, and human dignity, which is all related to human rights. And the following are some of the recommendations I would like to make sure that AI is a force for good when it comes to human rights specifically. And the first and foremost, just as we all know, we need established good frameworks. Just like the EU AI Act and the European Union, to keep it ethical and accountable, international treaties can set common rules ensuring consistency in how AI is used worldwide. And then there is strengthening of public-private partnerships, like collaboration between governments, non-profits, and tech companies, like creating AI systems that prioritize social good over the, like without moving forward without a profit intent. AI systems could be used for the social good. And there is empowering of civil society, like educating children about the use of AI, how to save themselves from AI, from deep fakes and misinformation is really essential. And there is accountability mechanisms. I guess this is really important because AI systems are basically obsolete and they are like computer systems generating their own sense of response. They cannot be held liable or even accountable for the mistakes they make. I guess they will have to make rules specifically for that in order to make AI systems accountable. And then there are ethical AI developments finally. So focusing on AI ethical ensures that technology is used to protect people and support global humanitarian efforts. So finally, creating strong legal frameworks, promoting partnerships, and we can guide AI development toward improving human rights and creating a more just world. So thank you all for your patient listening, and my wishes to all the participants who are about to present their papers. And most importantly, many thanks to my mother, Dr. Raziya, HOD of the Department of History, Queen Mary's College. Thank you for your listening. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Khan, for an excellent paper about AI, which is going to be pervasive in the future. Everywhere AI will be there.
Of course.
So thanks for introducing the concept to this audience. And let us hear from their side. If there are questions, then I will get back to you, please.
Just a small request, sir. If someone is asking questions, can they come in front of the computer so that I can hear them better? Because it is kind of echoing right here. I'm not able to hear properly from it. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Hi. Hello. How are you?
Good, it was very good
Yes.
first. And one question that I have is, do you see AI replacing, not completely, but at least partially, lawyers in the future? You're doing LLM, I believe, you have masters in law in
Yes.
Singapore, right?
Yes.
So, given your experience in all of this, do you see any time in the future when AI would significantly replace lawyers, especially when it comes to just the basics of starting a case or anything? When it comes to just consultation, lawyer consultation is quite expensive all over the world. So, do you find AI being a very affordable manner for even the lowest level of workers who have very minimum income? Yeah.
Of course. From my personal experience, like in Singapore and in anywhere else in the world, AI has significantly replaced the work of lawyers in the initial stage, like you mentioned. We do use a lot of AI systems to get consultation, and I was attending a legal tech startup event sometime like a couple of months ago, and I could see that various law firms on the one side and various tech companies on the other side, exchanging a lot of AI systems between them, like for contract drafting or consultation and anywhere.
Okay.
But I would say that it is only at the initial stage. AI can only replace the work of lawyers in the very initial stage, because when it comes to in-person consultation or like even communication, even paralegal, I guess lawyers do still play an important role, because the human to human connection is really important, and computer systems cannot be trusted with, especially when there are so much money involved.
Yes. Cannot be trusted with privacy, the main thing.
Of course, yeah, that's correct.
Because there won't be any attorney-client privilege over there. Because it is
Exactly.
attorney-client privilege, right? There's a very tough thing to be made.
Yeah,
especially
when it comes to AI, there is also a huge risk of privacy breach, just like you mentioned. And between lawyers and law firms, the informations are really confidential. The case party names and the amounts, the quantity of information, that and all is really precious for law firms and even their clients. I guess that will be not much working in favor of humans.
So in conclusion, is it a yes or a no or a maybe?
I would say no.
No.
No chance.
Okay. Thank you, sir. All the best. It was good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Other questions? Sarfaresh Khan, I'm sitting on the dais, I'm chairing the session. Could you hear me clearly?
Yes, partially.
Very good. I can say my clarification, I need a clarification. You talk about the algorithmic bias is the cause of
Yeah.
discrimination, right? If the algorithmic bias, can it be converted into a kind of, sensitive to vulnerable, sensitive to weaker sections, sensitive to other one, excluded? If you write the algorithm sensitive to these variables, these factors, then discrimination problem can be eliminated, right? This is where your algorithm can be more humanistic.
Of course, sir, absolutely you are right. But I would say that every AI, when it comes to its development stage, will be prompted to some kind of prompts. Like for example, even in the development stage, an AI is supposed to be like that, and even in the development stage, a lot of information would be fed into it. And I wouldn't say that AI would become the hero or villain there. The person who's uploading the prompt and the kind of data which is being uploaded initially into the AI, where right at its development stage would play the primary role there. And then, according to what you said, information and not the AI system would be beneficial or detrimental to the weaker sections of the society, like to what is being loaded into it. The AI system itself is not capable of becoming discriminatory or biased into any sorts of humans or marginalized sections of the society.
Algorithm, we write algorithm, right? We write.
What? Sorry?
We are writing the algorithm.
Yeah, because humans are designing the algorithm. Yes, of course.
Okay, so it should not be expert driven, it should be a kind of multi-stakeholders approach. If the algorithm is taking care, then this bias can be properly addressed from the beginning, right?
Yes, that can be, yeah.
Could please you take it from our side as a suggestion, and whichever forum you are talking about, you please voice it.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
But this is I feel personally a kind of suggestion from our side. In the other forums where you speak, could you please take care of it and voice it?
Yeah, for sure. I will take note.
Thank you very much. So we are.
Thank you.
Thank you for your excellent and interesting presentation, Sarfaresh Khan. Yes.
Thank you.
Just 2 minutes, can I conclude?